Welcome to Dorker Realms. While most gamers will be familiar with Dungeons & Dragons from the newest edition of the game, there is a movement amongst some players called the Old School Revival, taking inspiration from the design philosophy of the earliest editions of D&D and bringing them into the modern era. These games and adventures emphasize the weird, the challenging, and the hardcore. Bear witness as our intrepid players explore unusual and dangerous tales in these old school adventures. This is part 4 of Deep Carbon Observatory. Though the adventures can be listened to in any order, we recommend beginning with the first episode of any given adventure. We go now to the table to delve into Dorker Realms.
Welcome back, everyone. When we last left off, we had just gone back to the town, dropped off those kids after a terrible zombie fight, and then Petra went and told the guy that his church was
Not great.
really fucked up, is what I was going to say. And then Bendel went and told the mayor that they didn't have to worry about Alfredo Jan, the Beshrock, and the Derminer anymore.
Well remembered.
And that he has dick problems, and he's making a lich potion.
That's not accurate at all.
I mean, that is what we
No.
told him.
Well, no, he's not making it yet. He has to get the lich hair first.
Fair enough.
No.
A virility.
He's planning on making a dick
No,
potion.
You guys don't understand.
We do.
No, you don't. Shut up, you stupid
It's-
elf. You're
it's a-
immortal already. You
it's a
don't understand at all.
I am not immortal.
It's
Yes,
a
you are.
immortality.
Elves are immortal. You won't die of old age. That's why you're trying to get yourself killed.
Don't believe everything you read.
That's silly.
You're upset about it now. I can tell.
I'm not upset.
I read a book about how to read emotions. Body language. Alright? We're gonna get back on the skiff and the canoe, or just the skiff? Are we taking both or just one?
We can all fit on the skiff now that we don't have extras. But we might have people. I don't know. Could we tie it up, or would that inhibit
Let's just
us?
take two just in case.
I feel like if we don't need to, we should all go on the same boat and just go to where we're going and not get sidetracked.
What if we just have it all on one skiff and we tie the canoe to
That's
the
what
skiff?
I was asking. Yeah.
Does that slow us down at all?
Does it
Curious.
matter? Does it matter?
I don't know.
Are we on a tight timeline? We have like 7 days of rations.
Okay, 6 days.
For you.
I fed an orphan.
Robin has a shit ton if it really comes down to that.
True. I do
Jeez.
have a shit ton.
How much cat and goat are we eating? No, I'm kidding.
I will murder you.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I will murder you.
Bird. Okay.
Can we tie the canoe to the skiff?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do that.
If you have rope.
I does.
We, in fact, have 100 feet
Not
of
anymore.
rope.
It only lasts for a certain amount.
You
of
have
time.
rope. You were very insistent.
Yes.
You were like, I'll cut your head off to get my rope back.
Oh, yeah. I never even asked if my cross ended up working to scare them. I guess it didn't.
No, they clapped. I have 50 feet of rope. We can absolutely
And,
tie
and you
the
were like,
canoe.
I'm gonna kill this guy because he fucked up one time and maybe not even.
Is there anywhere for me to resupply at all, or
For food?
No.
Not here.
not food, arrows or anything, or
I don't know. Is there?
asking?
We're not taking a whole lot of time to explore this town
Oh, yeah,
any
I guess
further.
not. I thought we were
Does
resting.
anyone know? Does anyone have an idea where they might be
Oh,
able to resupply?
There might be this. What about the sailors? They might maybe.
I mean, they
I
literally
mean-
told us if we needed to resupply that's where we should go.
Well, they told me and I told you.
Okay. I don't know, don't you guys need to rest and stuff? And I can go resupply and then...
We're not.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
I think Valerian wants to take a nap or whatever. He's looking a little...
Would like a nap so much.
Problem is, where are we going to sleep?
Right here.
What if Valerian sleeps while we row upriver?
I'm not going to row while he sleeps.
I didn't row last time either. I'll hold on to Pathos and take a nap.
Wait, you didn't row last time? He has to row this time. I already rowed upriver once.
I don't know how to row. I'm just too old. I can't. My little arms.
Well, you said we weren't on a time crunch, so I figure...
We're still only
You
looking
figure
at like
we don't need to sleep?
mid
No, I
afternoon.
figure we should like
Where?
in town.
We're only looking
like
at like
the inn
mid-afternoon
is
right
gone.
now.
the sailors.
There is no town. There's just where the town used to be.
Yeah.
The
Mid-afternoon,
church
early
that I
evening.
went to with the missing spoon. Maybe those guys can
You
help.
think you get a good night's sleep there?
It's a church. I don't know. I mean, it's a church without frogs.
Go get your goddamn arrows.
Fine.
Yeah, we don't need to take a whole night to do it. Just go to the sailors and
Okay,
say, "Hey, can I get some
alright.
arrows?"
Well, that still leaves the question of, do we want to rest for Valerian to sleep?
I only need to sleep for like 20 minutes. I get my
You need 8 hours of sleep.
no to go back to recover. I was just thinking to recover from my minus rolls that I have right
Oh,
now.
well,
I just
that'll
need
just
an hour
happen.
of rest.
You don't need rest.
Danny told me I needed an hour of rest.
No, he said for the next hour.
Right.
you would-
So for the next yes. So it's already been. It'll by the time we go back to where we started, it'll be 40 minutes.
Yeah, so you're probably fine. And,
Yeah, for the rolls.
And that's assuming we spent no time in town, which we clearly are.
Yeah, we've spent time and we're spending more time. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll
By
be
the time
fine.
we get to where we were already, you'll probably have recovered. So what did the we go see the sailors? So
I'm not going to go see the sailors.
no. Oh, okay. So Paul's character is going to see the sailors.
Yep.
Okay.
Paul needs to handle all that semen by himself.
I just need 27 arrows and three rations, 3 iron rations.
Well, I suppose we could spare something for you for a fair price.
Name it.
Well, whatever's in the
Maybe.
book should do.
Whatever in the book should do.
Oh shit.
Let me just check me ledgers here and see what fair market price be for some arrows.
Sailor has an eye patch and glasses.
He
The one
lifts
side of the glasses is just painted black.
He lifts the eye patch and he sees perfectly
Rations
fine
per day are
eye, he just, like, rubs
5
it.
copper.
Felt a bit itchy.
Arrows are 5 gold for 20 arrows. Jeez. Oh, you can get silver tipped arrows though.
Oh.
Wait, there's silver back in the world?
Oh yeah.
Can you though? Look, we found a loophole. The book says I can buy silver.
The book says I can buy silver arrows, which I'll then melt down into a single silver coin.
Oh my god, it instantly turned into lead.
Lead arrows.
They don't fly very far.
But they hit really hard.
Yeah.
You make them
Decrease
into like the
velocity.
blunt knockout arrows or something.
Oh, like a boxing glove arrow.
Yeah. Sure.
I just grab one of Bendel's rats and I just
All
tie
right,
it
so
to the end.
those are the prices.
What was the ration?
5 copper
Okay,
per ration.
cool.
So you wanted 3 iron rations, so 15
Yeah.
copper, and then it'll be 5 gold for 20 arrows.
Yar.
Yep. Okay. Now I'm ready. I'm gonna go back to the party.
Alright.
All right, we'll head back upriver again.
Does Valerian still have 1 HP?
Yep.
I believe so. Valerian has.
There's no way for anybody to heal me, so I don't know how I would resolve the 1 HP thing unless we take a night for me to sleep, which I only then recover half? How does that even work?
Wounds heal with rest. A healed character can never exceed their natural hit point maximum. A character who actively adventures and gets a good night's rest heals 1 hit point. If the character gets a day of bed rest, he heals 2 hit points per night.
No one I miss.
Hmm.
Healing potion.
Yeah.
I can start making them at level 3 or 5. I mean,
Oh.
That's right
Wow.
around the corner.
Get back to us in 20 years when you've achieved that level.
that's how long the potion of immortality stops her aging.
How convenient.
Alright, so you guys are heading back upriver then?
I guess. I mean, there's
Yeah.
something we can do for Valerian.
Mm-hmm.
So you're all sitting on the skiff and you're dragging the canoe behind you.
I assumed it was like tied to the side, but yes.
Okay. That's fine. It's like an outrunner.
Yeah.
What order are you sitting in?
Probably Petra at front in case there's any surprise stuff. We
Well,
have the
who's
heaviest armor
rowing?
purpose.
Because that person's probably... Who rows on a skiff? Middle, front, and back?
I would assume front and back.
I'm,
I guess
I'm gonna always have my arrows ready, just in case. And kind of
I guess
look.
I'm at the back rowing.
And Petra will be at the front rowing.
Okay.
And what order are Reza and Valerian in?
Valerian can sit middle front, and Reza can sit middle back, and Reza can watch the back, and Valerian can watch the front, and they can both have their bow and arrows ready.
Dope.
That seems like a fair enough plan.
All right. So with all that sorted out, you head back upriver.
Oh, you don't
once
have to
again.
hold the goat anymore. He can sit in the canoe.
He's sitting in my lap.
Yeah, but you have a bow and arrow out now.
Yeah, but he's sitting in my lap.
It's held like a gangster.
Hold the bone
He's
here.
laying across my lap like this. I have enough room to... He can sit between my feet.
The goat is a spotter, like a sniper.
There you go.
4 clicks.
Balancing my arm on his head.
Account for the wind. There's like a flag on the front of the boat.
All right. So you once again point your skiff to the north in the direction of that billowing black cloud, and you start heading out, same way you were going before. After a short while, you hear like a big sloshing sound off to the west. off
Oh
to your
god, it's
left.
the toads!
And when you glance over there, you see like a collection of like gold glittering shells made into jewelry kind of floating along. And they're being followed by a huge creature. The creature is made of stone. It is vaguely humanoid in shape, although its head is kind of like in the center of its torso rather than on top of it. And it's got perfectly carved human hands, although it also has what looks like a large drill attached to one of them. And it's got this mouth in the center of its head that is just unlike anything you've ever seen before as a character. As a player, it looks like an engine turbine from like an airplane, for example. I don't know how to describe that in like terms of someone who's never seen it before, so I have to just lamely tell you what it looks like.
Okay.
And part of its head is like a 10-sided stone. And it's just following this jewelry, just like kind of stomping through the water, following the jewelry and sending up big splashes of water as it goes.
Well, that's weird.
Did anyone hear anything about golems or stone guardians?
Yes.
Not you.
I didn't?
That's right.
No.
Well,
Was it only
we
him?
also didn't
Yes, it
hear
was-
anything
Oh, it was on
about...
his scroll. The scroll he found, huh?
We also
Right.
didn't hear anything about giant toads, but, you know, those are here.
I completely. I thought I hoped I wrote it down.
I don't think he did.
No, you said, I add that to my journal, which is clearly a joke because you don't have that. You have to write it down if you're going to write it down, Paul.
So we see a giant golem chasing some gold jewelry that's somehow floating?
Yeah,
It's going the opposite way we're going.
yeah.
I vote we just ignore it.
I'm a bit concerned about the golem heading toward the town. But I do not know if there is much we can do to stop it.
I mean, I would feel normally that I could magic missile the shit out of that, but I'll be honest, I have not been performing well.
Oh, so then you're good for it. I saw you Hadoken earlier.
What if you became giant and then I banished it?
Oh, then I wrestle the golem.
Be pretty epic.
Would make a good story, I guess.
I don't know that we need to fight this.
I mean, I agree. I vote we ignore it.
I am concerned, but I also am concerned about trying to face it. It looks formidable.
I'll be honest, if it comes down to the townspeople or me, I'm looking out for me. Like, if I could help them without risk, well, without the very certain risk of death, fine. But that does not look like something I want to fight.
Yeah, it does not seem.
I mean, did you
to be
see its
threatening.
mouth?
I've never seen
It's
anything.
like someone stacked a bunch of blades in a circle and they were spinning really quick.
It was terrifying. It feels like if I got you close, it would suck me in and rip me apart.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that.
I'm not.
Let's get
a
going.
Yeah.
Thank God.
All right. You continue northward, and as you are heading that direction, ahead of you, you can see the treetops of a small copse kind of poking up from the water. Now their base is completely underwater after the flood, so they look almost like strange reeds poking out of the water, with a full parliament of carrion birds perched there, damply arrayed and overfull. And every once in a while, one of the fat vultures passes out and falls into the water below, where it's snatched up by a crocodile waiting for them. So, from here, there's really two main directions you could choose to go while heading northward. Due to the flood, you could just continue straight north, essentially, over what would have originally been a land route, or you could so choose to follow the original course of the river if you preferred.
So the original course of the river, like, winds around and then...
it would have... So it basically winds to the northeast and would have gone around this little copse of trees.
So if we continue north, do we pass closer to this copse of trees?
You would go straight through it.
I think we should not go that way.
Yeah, the crocodiles and
Also, just taking a skiff through like waters where you don't know what's really there because there's trees.
Going around, that sounds fun to me.
It also seems like harder because it's deeper water, but I think I'd rather try that than going through there.
I agree. Is there any objection?
No.
Okay, we will go around.
All right. Everyone give me a d20 roll modified by your personality modifier.
Okay.
A natural one, which becomes a 0.
Oh boy. Bindel has negative personality.
9.
All right.
It'll be a 17 for Petra.
Also a 17 for Valerian.
All right. What is Petra's AC?
Oh, 19.
19? Alright, you guys navigate your skiff towards the northeast, and you're pushing along when you hear like the whizzing of something flying through the air, and then a arrow with a weird barbed bolt with a meter-long kind of hair-like copper wire attached to it hits Petra in like the shoulder, but it kind of hits Petra kind of off the shoulder and like deflects, unable to pierce her armor, and none of you really know where the arrow came from.
I cast shield.
What came from?
Damn it! I
Which,
don't cast
which shoulder, left or right?
Left.
So comes from somewhere that way at the very least.
Yes.
Petra will basically put her shield between her and that general direction. We have incoming.
Valerian swings to be able to fire that way.
A meter long copper wire off the back?
It's like
It's 3 feet, yeah.
Yeah, not very long.
A little more than 3 feet. For off of an arrow?
I mean, to come off of an arrow, that's pretty.
Yeah.
What if it's like hit and then like electrocuted or something that?
Copper is a poor or a good conductor?
Good conductor, yeah.
Not the best.
So I guess Petra will try to peer over her shield and see where the arrow came from.
All right.
See if she can spot anything.
It seems to have come from the direction of those trees that you saw, but you can't identify an obvious
I'm just gonna
source.
keep rowing. Like, I don't know what else I'm gonna do.
You can roll for your shield if you wanted to cast it, or did you already?
I don't remember it's lost, so I have to cast from the staff.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty hard to recharge it. I'm pretty sure.
What is Ray's AC?
14.
So a small silver arrow comes, not silver.
Oh man, a silver arrow! It's so valuable.
I just throw it in the room.
It's not silver. It's just kind of that color, rather.
Painted silver.
Aluminium.
Sure. Comes whizzing out from among the trees and strikes Reza, doing no damage. Everyone give me another personality modified roll.
That will be a 17 again for Petra.
A 5.
16.
Also a 5.
Alright, so Reza and Petra are able to identify the source this time. Nestled amongst the trees, there's a very short figure wearing a a camouflage suit made up of layers of different like reeds
Ooh,
and
ghillie suit.
yes, exactly.
The second one we've seen.
That crazy old
True.
man.
Oh yeah, right.
And they're quite far away. You can roll initiative now.
6.
Also 6.
Does critting count for anything? 21.
No,
That
9.
means you got a good initiative.
Valerian has the first action available to them. If you have, it would be long range, so you would roll a d16 instead of a d20 if you want
Can
to use
Petra
your
at least
arrow.
be like, over there?
Yeah.
Over there. That.
8.
All right. You miss the figure, and now that they've been spotted, they kind of detach themselves from the tree. You're pretty sure it's probably a dwarf, given their height, although it could just be a very short person. And they flee into the trees, deeper into the copse.
All right.
Should have cast Magic Shield. What a waste. But, you never know.
We didn't know that was how it was going to turn out yet.
Well, also, like, it's better to have wasted the spell than possibly die. So
Yep, I agree.
that was my thinking, and I stick by it. And
Moving on.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, we might as well just continue. There's no reason to stick around here.
Yeah, we spooked him.
Reza has a arrow sticking out of him.
Oh, but I thought it did no damage.
It did no damage, it
Did
just
no
stuck
damage,
into your
it's
armor.
Oh, it's just in my armor.
Yeah.
I examined the arrow.
When you pull it off, the tip separates, and so you've just got like the shaft basically.
Is it doing something to my armor? Or me?
Not that you can tell, although you kind of like, if you've ever had like a bit of something in your eye, and it's like it doesn't bother or affect you very much at all when it's just like a little
I
something.
take my staff.
Oh no, he's
No,
turning
no.
into a weeping angel.
I take my knife out and I dig out the...
Alright, so you start digging around with your knife, but you don't find anything in there. You just cut yourself up a bit.
Oh, it was in my body.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was in my armor.
No, well, it went through your armor and into your body.
Oh.
But just for no damage.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Huh.
I might be a zombie.
Maybe you should, like, let someone who can see what they're doing look at it instead of you just, like...
It's a reflex. I mean...
Jigging around in your
Let me,
in your own flesh.
stop that. Let me look. I look at the wound, see if I
I
can,
strip
like...
off my clothing.
Was that
When,
necessary?
Well, it's in my body.
When you make eye contact with Reza, you notice that one of his eyeballs has developed a little, like, 8-ball hemorrhage in it.
Guys,
Google?
What does that even mean?
Oh.
you know what Ninja Clan I'm now part
It
of?
makes me happy when people say a thing that I understand that Rox doesn't
An 8-ball hemorrhage?
doesn't know.
Was
Google it, you'll see.
You know, it's like a
Oh, Jesus.
bloody eye.
That's when the everything around the eye is blood.
They do it a lot now in anime to show like,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird.
I can't see that.
It's like, yeah, that's the
Oh,
Yeah,
when
that's
when
the
the white
thing.
becomes bloody.
Yeah. So...
You know, because then your eye looks like an 8-ball. With your iris being the... Yeah.
Do you know what Claritin is? Non-drowsy, please.
Petra?
Yes.
Did you see his eye?
Dude.
Maybe you can do something about that?
Yeah,
Your eye is bleeding.
I look to see if I can,
No.
like, see anything in the wound.
No.
He holds up the edge of his scythe for you so you can see your reflection.
And like, I actually have a hand-sized mirror. I just take out my little compact. I'm like,
Oh, well, fine, Mr. Fancy.
yeah. Oh.
yeah. But I don't know. There's not really much I can do. I'm not going to take my eye out. That's
No,
not
but
bad.
your alignment. Last time you did say, despite your attempted theft, your alignment is lawful. Yes.
There's no way he's lawful. He's neutral. He's neutral.
I'm
Established
delusional.
that he's lawful.
No, it doesn't matter what you think you are. It matters what you are.
How you behave.
Yeah, you're clearly neutral.
Is there a potential that I could cure this?
There's potential, sure.
I would like to try and, instead of healing, heal a specific heal a condition instead of healing hit points.
You can attempt it.
I will attempt it. Organ damage is 2 dice.
The eye
Disease is
disappears,
2 dice.
the other
Poison
eye
is
centers to the
blindness
face,
or
and
deafness.
now he has no depth perception and suffers a -10 to attack.
No
when using it.
peripheral vision. He's
Yeah.
a Cyclops.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I roll totaled up 20, which for an adjacent alignment gives me 3 dice, which will let me heal a poison or anything less than that. Poison, paralysis, disease, organ damage, broken limbs.
There's no effect as far as you can tell.
I try. I cannot fix whichever problem, yes.
It's cool. I didn't ask.
All right then.
Like, I don't have any visual damage. I don't know what's wrong. It's just like a...
Vision damage, you mean? You have visual damage.
I'm feeling like they're really underappreciating you.
No.
I still have you, Miguel.
My boots aren't full of blood anymore. Pretty good.
It is uncomfortable when that happens.
Listen, it
Mostly
doesn't
the
matter how
squishing.
much I appreciate her. Her god's still gonna be pissed off if she tries to help.
I do appreciate.
I mean,
that
you refused it before that. You were like, nah, I don't want any of that healing. Get away
I
from me.
knew that her god would be angry at her.
I do appreciate that you are aware and respectful of that consequence.
Listen, just because you worship the wrong god doesn't mean I'm not gonna respect your choices.
Funny, I feel that way as well.
Now I have to... No, it's too late for me to go
Well,
for
let
an
us
active
move on yet.
Yeah, let's
yes?
just keep pushing
Let's
this
get
boat.
out of range of this weird arrow sniper.
So, what do we do when Razor turns into a zombie?
Well,
Obvious.
I'm going to laugh at you for all the little sparkles you shoot at me.
Well, they can swim,
Oh.
so...
Obviously, the grabs holy symbol.
Oh, yeah,
I mean-
good call.
Do it now. Press it against my cheek. Or the eyelid.
What?
Maybe it's already, like, pretty evil.
Turn on Dennis' eye and his eye pops out and runs away?
I cast.
At least
I
I
cast
would know.
divine symbol and hit him with. No, I'm just kidding.
Do it.
No, divine symbol actually turns it into a magical weapon, and I can do damage with it. It doesn't. You don't need to be evil for that to work.
Let's just keep going.
Yeah, let's keep
All
going.
right. So you push your skiff further down, heading northeast along the old course of the river, and a short while later, a huge log comes floating slowly past, pretty close to you, and on top of it, there's a collection of. They look like people, and they're all just kind of like frozen in like a strange little scene, completely like frozen in place, and they all have an expression on their face like they've just found something really unexpected, and they just look really surprised. And
Oh,
they're
look, a
not
diorama.
moving at all as they float past.
You say a very big log?
Yeah.
Are the people life size?
They're people size.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like a big log with miniatures on it. They look very detailed. Okay.
So, but they don't appear to have any like texture to their skin. They're like they're stone or covered in
No,
ice.
they just look like normal people frozen in place.
Simon says unfreeze. No. Sorry.
They've all been disqualified because they remain frozen. You won the game.
Yeah.
You are Simon now.
I throw my rope grappling hook at one of them. I pull.
All right. So
Oh,
your grappling
God.
hook like hits this person over the shoulder. You pull forward so that it snags in their flesh, and then you yank them forward, and they fall face first in the river.
What was your plan there?
You gonna drag them back in up now, or
Do
Just
they,
go
do
let
they
him-
float?
Trawling for
Yeah, they
crocodiles?
float like a person, like a frozen person floating face down in the water.
What kind of person did I get? It's like a crane guy.
A middle-aged
What kind
man.
of question is that?
I don't know. Did I get like a kid? Did I get like
to get a
You got a middle-aged man.
Yay.
It's not a rare.
Oh. I pull him up and I examine him.
All right, he's bleeding from the shoulder where your grappling hook stabbed him.
Petra, couldn't you help this guy?
He remains frozen.
Oh. paralysis. Yes, I could attempt to do that. I will attempt to cure paralysis on this person. Do they have an alignment?
They're
This man,
neutral.
does he? Okay.
You're like me.
Well,
You're lawful.
Well, I keep telling people, but apparently
Doesn't matter how often you insist that you're lawful, it's whether or not your actions are lawful.
I do not get enough dice on my first roll.
I want to steal that scroll. What alignment are you?
Hey.
Lawful.
Hey.
Don't hurt me with these truths.
All right, on my second try, I do get enough dice to, if it is paralysis that inflicts the person, to cure paralysis.
All right, so he like blinks, and then he's like, "What in? Oh, my shoulder! Where am I?"
We have found you on a log. You were frozen. My associate rescued you, and we have cured your paralysis. Do you recall what
While
happened?
he's talking, I grab the grappling hook, like shaking my head like you're all idiots, and then try and grapple the log.
Yeah, but that looked like a lot of work. Grappling one takes a little work. Also, I didn't know if that was a trap.
I saw this big log, and I looked inside it, and there was this huge worm. And then I just kind of, I don't know what happened next.
Inside the log.
Yeah.
It's
The log bumps as it like.
Whoa,
as
whoa.
Wendell pulls
I'm
it up
trying to
against-
de-hook it now. I'm like,
guys, I think there might be a basilisk in the log.
I'm just gonna rev the chainsword and cut the rope, unless he manages to dislodge it.
You can dislodge
Okay,
it.
you can dislodge
So glad I didn't hook the log like some
it. We're
careless.
just gonna keep going. Oh,
Yeah, now we have a passenger.
I snatch it from him.
feel free
Have you learned nothing?
to ride in our carry-along. She gestures to the canoe, unless there's room for him on the skiff.
Not
bubble
really.
my way through.
It's pretty packed on there.
Yeah, we'll let him ride in the canoe then.
And he clambers over into the canoe. Oh, thank you.
I'm super sorry. I just couldn't chance it. You know.
I mean, I prefer it to being paralyzed for eternity.
Eternity, that sounds awful.
Well, I mean, I'm just assuming.
Well, they'll hit the ocean soon, and then they'll probably tip over. So, they'll drown.
I still prefer the shoulder wound.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, it wasn't...
speak. What would his hit dice be? D4s, D6s?
What is his 0th level? I believe it's D4.
Yeah, D4.
She heals him for 3.
Oh, thank you, my lady.
But of course, always to help any of God's
Alright, let's
children.
continue upriver. This place is a
We are-
death trap, by the way.
We are heading upriver. I do not know if that bears any particular desire for you.
I did used to live in Pollengolem Village. That's further upriver. It was.
That's
where the children
came
still
from,
is.
right?
Correct.
Ooh, hey,
Wait, can you say the name of that town one more time?
Pollengolem?
Golem?
Pollengolem.
Like rock golems?
No, it's with a U, not an E.
Oh.
And 2 L's.
Ah,
Golem.
we have encountered at least 2 other survivors from the town where we have a good suspicion it is not very well standing.
Saddened to hear that, but not entirely surprised.
Yes, it was
I
a...
continue pushing the boat.
I mean, Petra will be also rowing as we're talking here.
My village is, oh dear God! And you turn to look in the direction that he is looking, and you see right around the bend of the old course of the river, there's a tall oak tree that is draped in twisted bodies, and there's just limbs hanging from its branches and dead eyes staring from nodding heads as ravens perch awkwardly on the upturned chins of the twisted bodies. And your passenger just leans over and hurls.
Oh yeah, they like
Into
to
the
go for
river.
the eye.
I pat his back and go, I won you in a game.
What?
What?
Do you recognize any of these people?
I don't want to look.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
This is unfortunate. Let's keep... Petra kind of rows a little harder to try and get past this.
Mendel does not, and he's just like,
Nodding with a satisfied look on his face.
I don't know about satisfied, just like,
Approving.
very nonchalant.
What's the population of your town?
I don't know.
Oh. Can you give me like a ballpark? I mean,
Is it hundreds of people?
Less than thousands, more than hundreds, or more than 100.
There you go.
Sure.
Petra will kind of mutter a prayer for the dead. Kind of, if she can, like a general last rites kind of thing as they go past.
So, continuing
Fucking slacker.
along the course of the river,
We're rowing.
Yeah.
She gestures
Row,
with the
hand
entire
gesture.
oar.
Row, hand gesture. No, that's it. Hand gesture, row.
Yeah, there you go.
Hand
take
gesture,
over.
Doesn't
row.
even let go of the oars.
No, I can take over. You can just finish the ritual properly.
Oh, thank you very much, Rich.
so as you go around the bend of the river,
I really miss Arceus.
he's blind now.
Not
Dead now.
no, Arceus 2 is the
Yes,
way you
well,
really
both
miss
of
Right,
it.
Arceus is dead, yes, correct. So a little bit off to the west, like not far from what would have been the riverbank before, you see what look like the peaks of little stone houses poking out of the river. And then up ahead, following the course of the river, you see what looks kind of like a piece of strange machinery protruding from the center of the river. There's like part of a water wheel and just kind of like spinning around. Half of it's underwater now, and there's just some big like gray lump in front of that, and there's like a thrumming vibration, and it's like sending out ripples from that, and it's kind of directly in your path. And then beyond that, you can see a village up ahead, or what remains of one.
Let us try to avoid that, yes?
Good sir, do you know what this is?
That's where the water wheel used to be.
What was it connected to?
Nothing. It was just a water wheel.
A mill.
Yeah, so it was part of a mill, correct, but I don't know what that is.
There's no like noticeable entrance, right?
No.
Is there like one of those nearby rooftops we could maybe dock against and try and clamber onto to see more clearly this thrumming thing?
Rooftop.
We said there were the tops of stone houses.
Those are a little bit further
Oh,
away.
okay.
Like this would have been on the river, and those are like a little bit up from where the riverbank would have been before.
And it's blocking our path. So.
Well,
It's not blocking our path. It's in
Yeah.
the center of our path.
Oh. Okay.
since everything's underwater now, you could choose to give it a wide berth if you wanted to.
We'll definitely see if we can go outside of where the ripples are.
I don't know. I'm kind of curious, but at the same time, like,
I mean, as well, but not enough to risk our means of transportation.
Do Ninja Warrior real quick.
I feel like starting with Tower of the Stargazer made us all like paranoid of literally everything.
I feel like that's probably appropriate.
All right, we'll just ignore it, I guess.
Well, unless we can get like an eyeball as we go past it. But Raisha covers one eye, the red eyeball.
Yeah.
How close are you going to pass it?
I guess we'll just go as far from it as we can as we pass.
Okay.
That sounds
well, then
pretty
you
safe.
can't get an eye on it. All right. So you give whatever that is and the little stone houses a wide berth as you go around toward the village up ahead.
Yep.
The former fields of the village are dense with drowned corn. It's just kind of rotting. It's basically becoming a swamp at this point as dying black stalks rise just out of the surface, and starlings murmurate and try to land to feed upon the corn. They rise and fall en masse, trying to seek some solid ground to land on and pick at the corn. And as you get a bit closer, you can see that there are people sitting on the roofs of their houses, a couple of families mostly. Most of the village, it's not like completely underwater, so they wouldn't really have to be up on their roof. You know, they could theoretically come down, but they're all sitting up there. And you kind of catch a glimmer of movement under the water for a second, but then it's gone and you don't really see what made it as you are approaching the village.
Good people, why do you sit on your rooftop?
One of the kids shouts, we're hiding from the lady. And one of the parents is like, that's nonsense. The waters are dangerous, that's all.
Why is that?
Well, there's all manner of fish and crocodile and
Silver pike.
a horrible creature in there. It's better to stay up here.
Who is this lady, young child?
The old witch in the well. There's no witch in the well. That's just an urban folk tale.
Well, there wouldn't be now. The well's completely filled up to the point where she could swim out.
But didn't we hear about a witch that needed to be killed like a bunch of different ways and had only been killed a certain number of ways?
Reza indeed told us a story.
Yeah, Reza definitely remembers all the ways, too, so we know what we need to do.
Drowned. Stabbed. Yep.
You hear the passenger next to you, go, ow! And when you look over, he's pulling his hand out of the water, and he's holding like a fistful of a couple of like similar pieces of jewelry like you saw before, and his hand is cut. And he's like, what the hell?
What did you grab?
Well, I just saw this jewelry floating in the water, and it looked valuable, so I went down and grabbed it, and next thing I knew, I felt something cut me.
Was it the jewelry?
Of course it wasn't the jewelry, you bloody fool. What are you, some kind of idiot? Where are we going, anyway?
Uh-oh.
What, you have a problem?
Your voice just changed.
How did we find you?
What?
How did we find you?
I was paralyzed on some log or something.
What was in the log?
A big worm. Stop asking stupid questions.
Get
You
off
want me
my
to cut your
fucking boat.
throat.
Whoa!
I think I will get off your boat.
He's,
Stupid bastard. And he flings himself over the side and he just starts like marching towards the village alongside your boat.
I quietly wave and go.
Should we like slow down a little and let him get a lead on us?
Oh man, I don't want to be next to him.
Well, we'll slow a little bit and let him get ahead of us.
Alright, he just marches up to one of the houses.
You always get killed everyone in that house, right?
What did you say, Dad?
Wait for it.
What did you say, Dad?
Are you kidding
He
me?
goes inside and slams the door closed behind him, which is not a very effective slam because there's water like above the doorstop, but you know, he does his best to slam the door.
Well, whatever.
Why are you just
No skin off my back. Did you just see what just happened? His voice changed right in front of us. He got
Yes.
very aggressive.
That's some cursed treasure. I'm guessing.
Clearly, it's a good thing we did not go after.
I didn't even see it.
No, but it might be similar to the treasure we saw the golem pursuing.
Yeah, I wish we got some of that.
I'm thinking it is good we did not.
Oh, I could sell it.
To you.
People who like treasure. The boat captain.
Well, maybe. That's fair. Where did we see the movement under the water that disappeared pretty quickly?
Well, it's just like among the fields of corn around the village.
Maybe we can deal with that on our way back.
Where are we going?
Further north, right?
Yeah,
Towards the column of smoke.
Okay.
Column of schmuck.
Is that still to the north?
Yeah.
Alright, I guess we'll keep going. I want to kill this witch.
Do we want to take detour?
I want to kill the witch.
Let's go.
Or we all died trying, and then I go put up posters.
Wait. We all die trying. Then I go put up posters.
I won't die.
I mean,
No. You have to save him. You're a true lawful. Even though I'm neutral. I'm very lawful.
if events thus far are anything to go by, he has reason to believe this will be the case.
Look, I'll hunt a witch. I need to save those kids, so.
This is a good point. She has been targeting children.
I mean a lot.
How do we kill her?
Well, we know not to try and stab or drown.
Mm-hmm.
Hang. Beat.
Hang? She was hung?
I know she was burnt.
So okay, no burning.
Why don't you write these down as he says them?
I have a bunch written down
Yes,
because I listened, but
But you could check off the ones that he said out loud that we know.
I just don't know about magic. I feel like.
if they were normal townsfolk, it's likely they did not use magic.
Yeah.
Maybe a magic missile would do it.
That's always my plan.
I mean, also a giant wizard didn't crush her either, so.
Giant wizard.
Squish her
That's
head.
my favorite musical band.
Giant wizard.
Giant wizard.
Give me a d20 personality roll, please.
Oh no.
4. 5.
14.
Oh no, sorry, 4.
2.
Wow.
Bindel hears like a scratching noise from the bottom of the hull of the skiff.
I'm 99.9% sure she's underneath us right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Okay.
If only we had that
Petra's
log.
going to cast Sanctuary.
I'm going to cast Shield.
I'm going to ninja my way to one of the rooftops.
Oh.
I think I can. How far are
Yeah,
they? Because I know that the other guy.
Well, he waded through the water to get to one, but you could push your skiff closer and then attempt to ninja yourself.
19.
Okay.
Plus 4 AC for 1d3 turns. 2 turns. I have a plus 4 to my next 2 spell casts.
Dang, I was trying to hit the... I mean, that would have been a hard roll, but... I get a 21, so enemies are compelled to focus against other targets than me. If they are 4 hit dice or more, they can get a will save to resist it.
I like how you're like the tankiest guy and you're like, no,
I was
you can't target me."
trying to roll high enough to get multiple people
I
in my
gotcha.
sanctuary. I would have used banish, but I have to see a target to do that.
Now, Reza wanted to try and ninja himself up onto one of the rooftops.
So I
if you
can
push
take
your
Yeah.
skiff a little closer.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess we'll try skipping closer.
All right. So you
I
skiff
mean,
a bit closer.
Raises on one of the poles, so they can do that on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right. So, I want to see. Check your thief skills here. Lawful. So it'll be an agility roll plus 8. Fire plus 8.
natural 1.
Oh.
So you fall into the water.
Oh, boy.
Plus 1 for my agility.
Natural
so 9.
1's a failure.
I know.
All right, so Reza jumps for like the edge of one of the roofs, but he just kind of misjudges it, and he lands in the water, basically at the foot of the house. And you see a darting movement towards him out from under the boat, essentially.
Oh, boy.
And as you look down, you see a horribly burned and gnarled old woman, and she's sliding underneath the surface of the water, almost like looking up through a pane of glass, and she's sliding like face up, and she has a little knife, and she quickly takes a swipe at Reza's ankles.
14. So you can get me.
So that would be a 15 to hit?
Yep.
Actually 14.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
8 or B. 14 AC.
You take 2 damage.
Okay.
We can now roll for initiative.
Your eye explodes.
She
Why are you
swiped
so
at my ankle.
focused on Reza's eyes?
Because there's
7.
an arrow and now it's randomly covered in blood. Or filled with blood. 8 for Petra.
5.
5.
What did Mindel get?
7.
Valerian's roll?
6.
Hate that the app laughs at you in the skull.
Oh yeah, that's pretty funny.
Alright. So, this terrible, horribly burned witch goes first, and as Reza's blood is kind of like spreading in the water, she just like opens her lips and she's like,
Oh.
and gets a little taste of that. It's Petra's turn.
From the skiff, are we in melee range of this witch? Oh.
No. Not right now.
That's
because
fair.
he jumped and she darted
Right.
out.
Okay, that's fine. I think Petra will instead attempt to cast Banish on the witch. Ooh. That will be, well, alright, that's not great, but it's a success. It'll be a 15, so for the next turn, the target must make a will save to approach within 30 feet of me. In failed, it can't approach any closer than 30 feet, nor can it hurl missile weapons, speak in my direction, or otherwise take action against me. Yada, yada, yada.
Okay.
Did it beat a 15?
No.
Oh, okay. Cool. Is Reza still within 30 feet of me? I assume Reza didn't jump more than 30 feet away.
Yes.
Okay,
so
cool.
She can't advance anymore from there.
And
Can still attack Reza.
if forced within 30, they take 1d4 plus cleric level divine damage each round.
Oh, okay.
And if the spell is cast while the target is already within 30 feet, it immediately takes damage and is forced back 30 feet per round until it is at the outer perimeter. So it will immediately take 1d4 plus my level. So it takes 6 divine damage and is forced back until at the edge of the 30-foot perimeter.
All right. She gets pushed way back under the water, just like you hear like a howling noise of displeasure.
Got your back!
Oh god, it's like an oozing blood.
And then it'll be Bendel's turn.
All right. I know they've been lackluster today, but I swear this one will be good. Magic missile. 21.
That sounds pretty good.
Oh wait, no, not 21. 25.
That sounds very good. Oh yeah, shield bonus, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I assume the range is more, but what is the range? Just to
1,000
check.
feet.
All right. I assumed it would be more than 30, but I didn't think it would be 1,000 feet. Jesus.
It's
Hey, when he hits,
magic missile is also like magical artillery.
Yeah, it sure is.
2, 9.
Oh, nice.
2, 9. So 11 plus 6
Oh.
is 17. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 damage.
All right. So
Firing a single massive missile.
you fire this massive missile, and it arcs across the surface of the water, and then it goes down into the water with a great splash, and it hits the witch. And then when your vision clears, she's just smiling, a terrible-looking smile at you, and appears completely unaffected by it.
Apparently that was a way she was killed.
Or she can only be hurt by divine stuff now, or something like that.
Oh.
Well, that's my turn.
Valerian's turn.
So, how does spell burning work?
Ryan, do you have a
Yeah, I
good
can do it.
recollection of that?
Yeah,
That's-
so basically you can burn any of your attributes by 1 point. They will recover at a rate of 1 per day that you rest. And for each point you burn an attribute by, you'll get a +1 to the roll. If you burn 20 at once, you will get a guaranteed 20 on your next roll, but you will not have a modifier. If you burn less or more than 20, you will then add that to your roll. If you roll a natural 1, even with those modifiers, you will still fail. Are you spell burning?
Yes, sorry. I spell burned 2 points from my agility to make it an 8, which puts me at a -1 modifier. And that means I rolled a 14. And I'm trying to cast
A 14 total, or is that the
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I cast Eckham's Mythical Mask. The mask protects the defender. This mask helps defend the caster against baneful magic spells. All spells cast directly at the wizard suffer a -2 penalty to their spell checks. Area of effect spells or other magics that are not targeted directly at the mask wearer are unmodified. The caster's face takes on a faceted quartz-like appearance while this mask is in effect. And then caster's head appears to spin in 180 degrees, revealing a mask face on the back of his head. In addition to these manifestations, each mask alters the caster's face in a different manner. These alterations are detailed on the spell check table below.
Yeah, so your head spun around, and then on the back of your head
I
there
have
was
a quartz-like mask
yeah,
that is a
quartz-like.
replica of my face. No explanation whatsoever.
That is terrifying.
Manny faces.
Many faces, you shall, because you have many faces.
And then it's going to be Ray's turn after that.
Would I suffer a penalty if I climbed up?
No.
No? Let's try it again.
It's a pretty shallow cut.
Oh, okay. I thought she got me good. Alright, D20, 18, 19. Up the...
Oh, you shoot up that thing easily, no problem. You're up on the roof now.
I got my longbow out. And I guess because I have to pull it out, right?
Yep.
Yep, and then I just try to scan for the witch. Is she smiling at me and licking?
Ew.
Faces? She's looking through a mirror pane, or is she like under the water?
She's
She's
under the water.
water.
Like a mirror pane is what he was saying.
Yeah.
But she's not been pulled out through it. She's only been
Correct.
shot
She's
through
still
it.
yes.
So I should actually grab my grappling hook and see if I can.
Grapple her out of the water? I mean, that's an idea.
Sure. It might also give her the opportunity to pull you into the water.
I could do the whole jump off of the house and use it as a pulley. I take it the rope I have is too thick for like an arrow to tie to the back and then try to, so I
The
figure.
thing is, Ryan and or Bindel brought up a decent point. Now that I've hurt her with divine damage, that may be all that can work.
Oh, because you like set the tone?
Something like that.
I wish you had some way to bless our weapons.
Well, it might be that,
totally
like, it might be that,
Bless Valerian's arrows.
it might be that, like, magic missiles categorized as, like, something else.
Bludgeoning or smashing or something
I guess.
like that.
I mean, I don't know what it would be, but, like, that's possible, right?
Or
It's
maybe
possible.
she's just specifically immune to magic missile.
Your missiles are crystallized flame bolts or whatever, but they don't cause immolation or fire.
Danny.
No.
Blessing lets me bless a weapon. Could I bless the bow and it would affect the arrows it fires?
Yeah.
But it's like
Okay.
a lay hands, or
I do have to touch, but
yeah. It's
okay, that might be a
I mean,
potential route.
Both Valerian and I have bows as well.
Yep.
Yeah, but Valerian's on the roof and.
I have a magic staff that.
Valerian is
shoots
sitting in the
magical
boat
arrows.
with you, with his
Sorry,
bow
not
and arrow
Reza,
in
sorry.
his hands.
Reza is up on the roof, so yeah, Valerian has the bow out, so that.
All right. She points a finger at Reza standing up on the the roof. Do you have your phone, Paul?
Yeah.
All right. I'll send you a text message.
Oh boy, this is interesting.
So this witch is like your baby. And like you love this witch, like a lot.
It was one of the first things that we got info on when we came to this whole shebang. So
I
it's
really-
been led up to for a while.
Really assumed magic missile would hurt her.
Yeah, I definitely did as well. I honestly thought that would be how we would be able to kill her.
Whatever. I mean, when you roll a critical 1 on something you do on the reg, just jumping and climbing.
Casting spells, I know what it feels like.
Yep.
I guess I'm not used to hitting all the time, but like with just like a
Skill
movement
checks?
thing, it feels different than an attack. But I don't know.
You're not doing like standard movement. It's not something you do literally all the time. It's not like you're like, I try and walk down the street, and it was like skill roll.
We're not playing Rollmasters or whatever the fuck it's
I
called.
guess compared to when we first started the adventure, how it was just like ninjaing everywhere and
Well, you only
stopping
did that-
the bishop.
Yeah, you only did that once. That was up a normal building with no flood, like not a combat situation.
And you didn't roll a 1.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the one part. Well, I did like go further ahead after I regrouped with Valerian, and then I tried to like go to each spot. I don't know. Just the way I
The
imagined
positive
it.
feedback the game gave him led him to believe that this
Yeah.
would not be the case later.
Yeah, I was just feeling really good about myself. All right,
Well,
you know.
like Ryan said,
This
now
is
you know how it
DCC.
feels.
We're playing what is it called? Old school revival games. You don't get to feel good about yourself. That's not how this works.
Retro clones, yeah.
It's been a long time already.
Yeah, neither of you have any room to talk though.
I'd say
He's
nothing.
died.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but you're on
Twice.
your third character? Yeah.
You're on your...
Fifth?
Oh yeah, you have had a couple deaths in a row.
Yeah. I mean, Paul still's got the record, I think, but...
I haven't hit double digits, but I'm working on it.
You're gotta be getting close.
Alright, I sent you a little message. You should check.
Leptis. Goblinson.
Alright, and that will make it Petra's turn.
Broom Nobbins.
Petra's going to...
No, you're skipping a lot.
Petra's going to reach over to Valerian's bow and bless it. That's, +5 is an 18. Oh. Actually not good enough to bless a weapon, I think. A small amulet. Well, I don't fail, but I don't actually roll high enough to bless a weapon.
I don't fail, but I don't succeed.
I mean, basically, yeah, in DCC that's possible.
I feel like you
Sure
should just
is.
keep Sanctuary over and over.
My Sanctuary's still up. It goes for a turn.
Oh, a turn? I thought it was one round.
No, it's a round to cast, but it's a turn that it's up.
Gotcha.
Next up is Bindel.
Do I just magic missile again? Like, I don't know.
What other spells do you have?
That's my only spell.
It's his only attack one. I
Charm
think.
person.
That can work on creatures like that if you roll high enough.
I guess I'm trying charm person. Whimsical patron. So my patron likes getting involved on charm person.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So let's see here.
He's the lover of humanity.
Oh,
Is that not good?
that's fine. It's just a normal roll.
Okay. So he doesn't interfere, basically?
He can help too.
Okay.
5 plus 8 plus 3 is
16.
16. Minus. Is she undead or is she considered an outsider or a demon?
I don't think she's considered any of those.
Okay. So, what did we say? 18?
16.
16. Oh boy. Will saving throw of 16, or if she falls under my complete control as if we were friends.
What is a will saving throw normally modified by?
Personality.
Okay, and the DC is 16?
Yes.
Okay. She did not succeed.
Falls under my complete control as if we were friends. They will not perform suicidal actions or which a devoted friend would not otherwise perform. Unfortunately, the target's willpower must be forcibly subverted for the caster to exercise control, so it is but a shell of its former self operating at a -2 penalty to all roll saves, checks, and ability scores while under the wizard's control. The target receives another save to break the charm according to its own intelligence. I'm going to start at int 10 plus, or 10 through 11 because that seems appropriate. 10 through 11, 2 weeks, 12 through 15, 1 week, 16 through 17, 3 days, 18 plus the next day. While affected by the spell, the target is marked by a sign of the caster's control. Posture and facial expression resemble the caster.
Nice.
So her posture and facial expression looks like Bindel. Al Johnson.
Yeah?
Hey, come out of the water real quick.
Well, it's not her turn, so.
Alright, well that will be the command you issue, basically.
It'll be Valerian's turn next.
Can I ready to cast a spell when to see if she comes out of the water to cast a spell at her?
No, because she won't move again until next turn. She already moved in this turn.
I guess I skip my turn? I want to see if this works and if I don't want to hurt her. Because that can break it, right? Or is it only you specifically?
That's a good question.
I think if you damage them...
Does it say?
No.
No. Alright. Cool.
I mean, unless I'm missing something.
Alright, Valerian's going to try shooting an arrow at her then, I guess.
Well, let me double check first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing anything that says, like, it breaks until they get a re-roll for it.
Yeah, and for the current We're looking at probably 2 weeks, unless it's higher than we assume.
I also kind of suspect that, like, she can still attack you guys, though. Because I can't tell her not to, because I can't give her suicidal commands.
Right, but when she comes up out of the water, Valerian wants to try and cast rope trick on her so that she gets tied up so that she can't attack.
I'm saying to not fire the arrow this turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Because
That's a good plan, though. I like that.
So yeah, I'll just wait. I'll just pass my turn.
It is Reza's turn.
Yeah, Reza has a badger pelt and places it on his hand. He puts a knife in it. And then he gets on his knees. And then you hear him say, "Oh, hey, I think I recognize you. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go help my lady." And I jump into the water towards the witch.
Okay.
But I leave the badger pelt, like the head part, as I swim towards them.
Is that normal?
I don't know what's happening.
was that Broomhobbit?
It sounded like him!
What was his stupid puppet's name? Bucky.
Bucky, yes. Bucky, is that you?
I reflexively turn, even though my head's underwater, I somehow hear it.
Toward us?
Yeah, just to look at you and be like,
It responds.
It's definitely Bucky and
That's
Broomhobbits.
weird.
and then he dives in kind of like a shark.
I'm not sure if this is hilarious or terrifying.
Yes.
And I don't know, how far do I get towards the witch in this section?
I would say, like, you get close to her, but... Yeah.
Not all the way.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I pop up. Some air.
What is happening?
I don't know, but it's hilarious.
On her turn, I don't know that she can, of her own volition, get out of the water.
Oh.
Yeah. So she can't follow your command.
Okay.
Can she do things of her own volition? I don't... You said she's under your complete control, so I assume she can't do anything for now.
That you don't tell her to do?
Yeah.
Alright, let's read it one more time. A single target must make a will save or fall under the caster's complete control as if they were his friend. However, the target will not perform actions that are suicidal or which a devoted friend would not otherwise perform. Yeah, the complete control wording is very rough because, like...
I like how it's worded like complete control as if they were a good friend. It's like
Yeah, your good
doesn't-
friends are totally under your complete control.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
I mean,
how friendships work.
If Ryan tells me to like go into the other room, I'm just compelled to do it, like because we're friends. So like
Or
I
to,
can't
like,
even resist.
Give them all your money.
It's like
Yeah.
Megatron.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't...
The only thing I won't do for a friend is kill myself.
Yeah, I don't...
You might not kill another friend.
I find it hard to parse it, honestly, because, like...
Yeah.
Maybe it's like Dunbar. Is that his name? The guy from Office Space. It's like, hey, yeah, could you just come in on Sunday?
Oh, God. Could you go ahead and come in this weekend?
I'm gonna need you.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
Tomorrow, and you might as well just...
I'm just gonna say she doesn't do anything.
Okay. That's fine. I don't...
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then it'll be Petra's turn.
I guess Petra's going to attempt to bless Valerian's bow again. Because as far as she's aware, that did work to damage the witch the first time, the divine damage. So it might yet still work.
Does that make your weapon do divine damage?
It says it's holy.
Because, like, your chainsword would already work then.
Oh, that's a good point.
You'd have to get close enough to her to maybe get got by the knife.
Oh, that's
though.
a problem, though. With my sanctuary, I can't get close enough to her.
It'll wear off before the charm wears off.
That's true.
Is that true? That your sanctuary prevents that?
Well,
Can't
if
you go closer to them?
if I
But it
move
would cause her
closer,
to flee.
they are then forced
Oh,
backward.
okay. Gotcha.
Wait, although... Oh, no, sorry, it's immediately dispelled if I attack or take aggressive action. So if I were going to attack her, then it would be dispelled as soon
Yeah,
as
but
I
you can
attack
just walk
her.
towards her.
That's what I mean. Yeah. I mean, sorry. Yeah, I could walk towards her and attack her, and then it would be dispelled. And
You
she
could
wouldn't
just
be-
walk towards her to keep the sanctuary up, is my point.
Oh, I see.
If you want to. I mean, that wouldn't help in this situation of trying to attack her, but in theory you could do that. Like, if we can somehow pin her down and then she's forced to stay in your sanctuary, she would take the ongoing damage from the,
If there were a way to like paralyze her, then she would be pinned down inside it. Oh, like your rope thing that you were trying to do.
yeah.
I don't think I can cast that into the water though.
Why not?
Yeah.
You just have to see the target, right?
Yeah.
If that works, then I can walk closer and she's inside it and blah,
Okay,
blah, blah, blah.
sure.
Yeah. All right. I guess. Well, just in case, you're gonna cast. Do you want me to bless your bow, maybe?
I did what I'm doing. I'm good. Anything else
You know
you
what?
can do?
Fuck it. I'll bless my crossbow.
There you go.
Okay, so that will be 20 total. So I can bless my crossbow. It remains holy for 1 day and is considered magical. That's my turn. I bless my crossbow. It's magical for the day.
Okay.
And holy.
Yes, it is holy and magical for the day. Thank you.
Bindel's turn.
How come my magic missile didn't work on you?
Can you have a conversation at 30 feet away?
Yeah, 30 feet's not that far.
I guess.
Maybe you'd
mean,
have to
like-
raise your voice to do it, but
Yeah.
There's also water between you guys, but
I shout that.
all right. Okay. Well, she can't answer right now, but she'll do her best to.
on her turn. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it'll be Valerian's turn.
So I spell burned for 2 additional points, subtracting 2 points from my strength to give me a 6, which I think gives me a -2 modifier at this point.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt to cast some rope work. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Caster summons rope up to 100 feet length from nowhere. The rope remains in existence for 1 turn. Using an existing rope or the summoned one, he can command the rope to entangle 1 target. The rope rapidly loops itself around the target, then constricts. The target receives a reflex save against the spell DC to escape, otherwise it is constrained. A constrained target cannot move or take any action other than talk. Once constrained, the target can attempt on future rounds to escape with a strength or ability check to burst the rope or wiggle free against spell check DC.
So the rope magically appears and it snakes underwater and it ties the old witch up and holds
Nice.
her in
Can I
place.
hold one end of it or no?
Yeah. I mean, it's 100 feet in length. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Valerian holds on to one end and then hands it off to Petra because she's bigger than he is.
It'll be Ray's
I did the
turn.
thing. For like the first time since having this character, I did the thing. It's
That was
very...
a fabulous idea.
So I'm underwater.
Yep.
I see a rope the witch. I have a conversation underwater with the witch, but obviously you can't hear it. So, and then I swim away, and then I like look around, and then I try to look at my underwear, see whose name is on it, and I'm just like, huh. And that's it.
On her turn, she can't do anything. I mean, she can wriggle and stuff, but can she? I don't remember how that worked. It was like she can resist or something.
So you can try and break the bonds.
Target receives a reflex save against the spell check DC to escape, otherwise it's constrained.
And that was 19 that you had?
Yes.
Okay.
She can attempt to burst or wriggle free.
Alright, she is held fast by the ropes. And then it'll be Petra's turn.
All right. Petra will move closer to her while also pulling on the rope to just pull them together closer. Yeah.
Alright. So, how does that...
Did she try and answer the question?
She tried, but she can't take any action because she's all tied up. So.
No,
she can speak. It
the
says
spell
specifically.
says that
She
she can
can't.
speak.
But she can't speak?
Yeah, she was going to use a spell to answer you. And
Oh.
she can't do that.
Okay.
I see.
Well, I guess she's just gonna die from holy damage if the
I mean,
works.
hopefully.
I mean, your sanctuary's still ongoing, right?
Yep. It is for... So then, if forced within 30 feet, it takes 1d4 plus cleric level divine damage each round. Although this damage cannot kill the creature. If it's reduced to 0 hit points, the target collapses unconscious.
Well, that could work.
Well,
I mean, not if we're trying to kill it.
yeah, that'd be fine. Then you'd finish it off with your sword.
I mean, that's
If
fair.
it's
That's
holy
fair.
damage, that might do it.
All right, so I pull it back within the 30, and since it cannot escape, it takes 1d4 plus cleric level. So it takes 6 damage, 6 divine damage.
Alright, so Petra kind of going forward while pulling the rope closer, and she's wriggling and trying to break free, and then there's a great holy light, and she lets out a howl, and then she just goes still as she's unconscious from your holy...
Alright, so I've only
sanctuary.
pulled and moved. Could I still try to stab her with my holy sword?
I don't know
Not
that we're
really,
necessarily
but-
in combat
Yeah,
rounds
you're not
anyway.
really
You could
in combat
literally
right
just
now.
wait.
Okay.
Try
So,
decapitating
yes,
her with your
I
holy
will. I will
chainsword.
attempt to use my holy chain sword to cut off her head.
Alright, you swing your chainsword, and it hits her neck like hitting a solid object, and it just stays there and kind of like shakes back and forth and grinds as if you were holding it against like an impenetrable steel.
Try crossbow.
Well, my crossbow is blessed, so I will attempt to shoot her with my crossbow.
The crossbow arrow hits her and bounces off as if hitting a solid
I
wall.
guess blessing just.
You have any other way to do holy damage? I bet the magic missile is considered to be an arrow for the purposes of this. All right, just to make sure, the choking cloud wouldn't work in the water, right?
She's out of the water.
No, is she? Can
Oh, pull her out of the water.
Petra will attempt to pull her out of the water.
Alright, you lift her up out of the water.
Okay, that worked.
She's dripping wet
You don't
and
say.
horribly burned and hideous.
I'll attempt to cast choking cloud.
Are you gonna let us know so we can hold our breath?
That's not how it works.
Oh, okay.
How does it work?
I concentrate it in a specific area.
So just on her.
Oh, I guess I do say back up because it's 20 feet in this area.
So I'll hold her pulled up out of the water while I back up though.
Well, we can put her on the bank
Oh, okay. Or
And
on
then-
okay, sure.
and then we can back up.
On the bank, like
Or
on the boat?
propped up against
I
a
thought
wall
there
of
was
a building.
yeah, houses and stuff around.
There are houses.
So
Yeah,
so
we
we'll
can put
prop
her
her
on-
up against the building.
And then we back up, to be safe, it would be 20 feet's fine. And then a little more than 20 feet. And then I cast Choking Cloud, rolling a 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 15 is 23. A single acidic poisonous cloud appears with a radius of 20 feet centered on the target for 2d4 plus 4 rounds. 11 rounds. Targets in the cloud suffer a -2 to basically everything, including attacks, damage, skills, and saves, and take 2 damage each round. That's acidic damage, I guess. When first exposed to the poison, they must make a fort save or suffer -1d4 agility. I don't know if that matters, but an acidic choking cloud.
Alright, you spread this acidic choking cloud around her, and she's just laying there.
Then I guess 11 rounds will go by, the cloud will go away, I'll check her pulse.
She has a pulse.
God damn it!
Alright, I will attempt to turn unholy
Okay.
with a 24. Part of that is it does a beam 60 feet of 1d3 holy damage.
Alright. A holy beam shines from the sky and disintegrates the evil wind.
Nice.
God damn it!
So it's back to normal.
Petra will in the water kneel and thank God for his
I
assistance.
look at my hand and go, that's a fucking weird gimmick. And then tie it back around my waist.
It's crazy how when the witch died, the episode died too.
Yeah, that's weird how that works.
Before we end, let me say one last thing real quick. So, now that you have gotten around the bend of the river and you're pretty far north from Caramore, you can see up ahead, not too much further from where you are now, a cliff rising above, and in between 2 cliff walls there is a smooth stone dam that is blocking there, and there is a huge crack down it from which a little waterfall now runs. It's still a ways off, but you can see it now, and the column of black smoke rises from beyond that.
Cool.
And with that, we can end the episode.
At least we know how the flood started now. All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next week.
That does it for today's episode of Dorker Realms. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly of all, tune in next week.